Hello everyone, my name is Aman Garg and I am a Salesforce developer as well as I am a Salesforce instructor. I have 2.5 years of experience in development and I have 1 plus years of experience as an instructor. I have done 5x Salesforce certifications and 2x Copado certifications, and I am also a Salesforce mentor and Gen to Salesforce mentor. So today we will discuss about the new topic, that how to set up Visual Studio Code, which is very important as a developer, because whenever we are doing any development or we are writing any code, we need a development software where we can write our code and test easily. So today we will see the Visual Studio Code, that how we use it and how we can set up, and the essential extension pack which is available in VS Code for the purpose of Salesforce, that which we are using in Salesforce. So first we will see that how to set up Visual Studio Code. Whenever we are doing setup Visual Studio Code, at that time, first we need to install Salesforce CLI in our local system. Because whenever we are working on a development side, at that time, we need to implement Salesforce CLI to communicate with the Salesforce org and the VS Code. So let's see that how to download Salesforce CLI in our local system. So for that, I am just search here Salesforce CLI download and just click on the first link. And there are three options which is based on the system or OS. If you are using Mac OS, then you will need to select Mac OS, and according to your system configuration, you can download. If you are using Apple Silicon, then you can download this. And if you are using CPU Intel, then you can download this. If you are using Windows, at that time, there are also two options is available in a Windows, like if you are using 64-bit configuration or 32-bit configuration, and the same for the Linux. So you can download Salesforce CLI based on the system configuration. Right now I am using Windows, so I am just click on the Windows, and I am using 64-bit configuration. So just click on the download for Windows into 64. The download process has started. The download. So now the download is complete, and just click on this icon. So screen is available. So here you can select this option as well, because this option is used to configure your local app data in your system. And just click on the next, then again install. It will take some time to install this software in the system. Then now the installation is complete. Just click on that. So now we will check that the CLI is installed successfully or not in our system. So I am just writing one command as a DX version. You can see that SFDX version. So the CLI is installed successfully. Now we will look the Salesforce extension pack, which is necessarily used in our Salesforce projects or in our Salesforce development. So the extensions are, the first extension is Salesforce extension pack. This extension we need to install, and the second extension, that is, these two extensions are the same, but there is a difference in between the sum of component's name. That in the extension pack, it is not included LWC component or the new features which is recently launched by the Salesforce. And if you are using this pack, that this extension pack has built all the components, all the features like LWC or any other new features which is recently launched by the Salesforce. So I will suggest that everyone should install this package in our VS Code. And the second package, Salesforce CLI, CLI integration. So we need to install this also in our VS Code, which is helpful to integrate our VS Code to the Salesforce development org. And the third one is the Git. That means GitLab. That because we are working as a developer at that time, we need to give MR or take the or retrieve the code from your Salesforce sandbox into your local system. So at that time, we need to install GitLab workflow and GitLab MR, which is helpful to give the MR or to check the changes in our local system. There is also extension pack, which is contained GitLab workflow and the GitLab extension pack. So we need to install also this Git extension pack, and that another one is the Salesforce. So whenever you are writing Salesforce, you can see all the extension. You can also download Salesforce package.xml generator extension for VS Code. That means sometimes we need to create XML file of your package, of your code, of your class, of your component. So this package helpful to create the XML file. And another one is the Salesforce LWC short keys. That means whenever you are writing any JS code or whenever you are writing any HTML code, so it will help to give the hint of that particular code. That if you are writing template, so you just write down TEMP, it will give the whole sentence or the whole word, that is template, with the closing tag. And the next one is the Salesforce Apex debug, and there is also Salesforce debugger, which is already installed in the package of Salesforce extension pack. Apex we have already installed, Aura component we have already installed. SLDS validator, we can also use this extension pack, which is helpful to validate our syntax, to validate our code, that the code format is good or not. Is there any wrong in the code format? Then it is helpful to correct that. And Apex replay debugger, which is helpful to debug your Apex code at LWC. That is another extension which is useful to create LWC component, because LWC component is not created in the Salesforce developer console. Whenever we need to create LWC component, at that time we need to use Visual Studio. We can also see list of extensions which is available here. And now we will see that how to connect our org in the VS Code. Go to the Control-Shift-P and authorize your org. That you can see that there is no any option authorize an org. So before that, you need to create a project. I'm just create project with manifest, and whenever I'm clicking on this particular command, then you can see in the bottom that it will showing activating extension. So it will take some time to activate this extension. Now I'm just creating a project that is a standard and the project name is test. Just click on the enter. It will ask the path that where you want to store this particular project. So I am storing this project in the desktop. So just create project. And now the project is created successfully. You can see this project has contained lot of files and we have created this project, create project with manifest. So you can see that there is a package.xml. So this package.xml we are using to deploy our code from VS Code to uh, Sandbox or the or. So that's why we are installed Salesforce package.xml file generator because sometimes we have not created this file. So at that time we need to generate package.xml file. So we are using those extensions. And now we will see that how to connect our org in VS Code. So just click on this icon, no default org set. Now, if I click on no default org set, you just need to click on authorize and org. There are lots of options available. That is authorize an org, authorize a dev hub, create a default scratch org, authorize an org using session ID, remove, deleted, and the expired. So we need to click on the authorize an org, and there is also four options available. That is the project default, production, sandbox, and the custom. Project default that means the login URL of the Salesforce. That is the login.salesforce.com, which is a standard URL. The production URL are the same. That means this org is related to the production. This org we are using for our live. And sandboxes, the URL is different. That is test.salesforce.com, which is used for the create functionalities or testing the functionalities or the features which is recently created before deploying it on the production. And the fourth one is the custom. That is a different URL which is created statically by the user. So I'm just click on the project default and my org name is testing org. So my org is connected. So this is all about the setup of VS Code in our local system. If you are a seasoned developer, you want to make our career in development, then at that time, the VS Code is very, very important as a developer because we write every code in a VS Code. And everyone says that we need to follow best practices. So that's why we are using VS Code. I hope you understood the concept of that today's videos and you have learned a lot. We will meet again with a new topic.